Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to our preseason coverage here of VRML. This is Echo Arena, of course, and in our final or co-final match for the night, it's Ironic versus Atlas Megacorp. There is another stream going on VRML2 as well. Kangorilla's there versus Carbonite. So you got some choices, and we're here to give them to you. And in a case, I am in the casting booth, Palador. On cameras, it's Wit, and on co-casting for us is it's Wit too. Say hello, Wit.
That's me. Hopefully my voice is loud enough to compete with Palador. Let me know in the chat.
What is that supposed to mean?
Just means, not quiet.
Was pretty quiet there, wasn't I? Anyway. All right, so yeah, that's right. This time it is gonna be Wit joining me on casting. Glad to have him. We're gonna get these teams started up just soon. Just pinged them actually right now. But yeah, Wit set his main goal tonight. Instead of just focusing on cameras, he's gonna try and not be oohing and awing in my ear indefinitely.
No, I'm just saying I'll use other words following the oohs and ahs.
And that is the hallmarks of a true caster. So I learned from YouTube. Anyway, Ironic on the orange team, it's gonna be Egret, Callan 101, Duller Ranger, C Jason 88, and over on Atlas Megacorp, it's B-Love, Cruisin, Skyla, and Spank Ladash. So these two teams finishing out their first week of preseason. We saw Atlas Megacorp yesterday, actually, in their debut match. Couldn't quite squeeze through the win, but still had some nice showings versus Orbit. Had some great defense. It was, if I recall correctly, more so on the clears that they struggled with at times. Just getting those boosts to the other side of the floor, but their defense was really strong. And over on the Ironic end of things, they enjoyed a first victory against Systematic Failure on Tuesday. And they did that in some fairly strong fashion. But in any case, this is about to be off and underway. These two teams looking for their wins, looking to close out their first week with some strength, with some style, and coming through, it's Duller Ranger looking for the danger behind him as he goes into the goal, and it's gonna be an assault off the head of Callan, actually. So, wow, really unlucky missed opportunity there. Maybe an open goal instead. No, it's not gonna be. So Skyla's gonna get the recovery and send it right through.
Like we've got orange playing defense for blue? I don't know.
Oh, and the shot though! Spank Ladash, a dashing display. Right for the 3 online for that first score. So nice shot there after the kind of unlucky indirect save. Ironic had that 3v1, but the disc was actually shot off one of Duller's teammates' head, I think.
Yeah.
And
not very fortunate. They had 4 guys there in the bubble against 1 goalie. Maybe there were 2. That was a slam dunk into someone's head.
Feels bad, man. I've done that several times to my teammates in the past. Not too recently, luckily, but I know the feeling quite well because I'm someone who would run interference on goalies a lot, and the next thing you know, one of my teammates' shots would just fly right into my skull, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I did my best. But now Spank Ladash trying to do their best, but see, Jason is going to take that and clear it off the nice dive. So well done there as the recovery occurs at middle. There's 2 defenders in the area trying to cut off the passing lane. See, Jason is there, unable to get that first one, so he's going to send a pass far down to Skyla, trying to dive. Soft pass taken back by C. Jason, but then slapped out of there by Spank. Good little defensive display, but the question is, can they get the clear? That was something that Atlas last night was struggling with, but now they're finding themselves on this side of the floor on Ironic side of the floor a lot more often thus far. Certainly good signs for Atlas.
I mean, so far it seems like any team who plays against Orbit has trouble with the Gamer Boy in the back, but
yeah, they were 2 for 2 in their games at playing that clear game, that midfield, and now trying to wheel it into the goal, but nice. Save there, Callan getting stunned, but managed to get a tap out. Knock the disc loose. Skyla's gonna give that to the bow tie area, missing his teammates. So now see Jason finding a nice little boost off of him. He might have an open goal if he gets that quickly. Now he does deliver that fast, but it is off the mark, left and to the side wall. So Egret finding C. Jason now as the defense takes place. You see 2 guys there on the barrier, but then the pass actually being missed. So the missed mark, Duller Ranger was just kind of looming right above the goal quietly. Maybe he didn't even use his boosters and therefore was able to receive a pass for the easy deuce.
It's actually a sub today, but I didn't even notice. It doesn't seem like their play is negatively affected by it.
Not at all. Egret, very experienced player in Echo in his own right, capable sub on anyone's team. Obviously, the chemistry isn't always something that's going to be there right away, but if you already have solid fundamentals, that's half the battle. So Skyla looking to take that. Belove as well. Disc knocked a bit loose. The positioning kind of tight there for Atlas Megacorp. Cruisen's going to look for the pass, but it's going to be cut off by Duller. Nice one. And now being knocked loose. And then into the hands of Callan. So I know, I mean, you saw it yesterday, but Cruisen was just unbelievable inside the goal on defense from Atlas, wasn't he?
I do remember someone making a lot of saves. I wasn't able to focus on the names.
It was Cruisen.
Yeah, Atlas they've got good passing, and yeah, they had some really good defense. There's honestly not, I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with what I've seen from their playstyle other than maybe they could use a little bit more space between the players on offense. They're doing pretty well today.
Yeah, so far so good. It's just a 3-2 advantage for Atlas, but an advantage no less. And yeah, to clarify, it was Cruisen. Just he impressed so very much yesterday on the defensive end for sure. I know Twitch chat was all over that and all over that shot. Not on the mark, but he had a spectacular showing. He had, I think, 8 saves or something ridiculous like that, and even more interceptions and steals as well as around the goal. It wasn't just the saves, it was just all around. But so far, all around, Atlas, speaking of, and yes, that is, I suppose, a pun, unintentionally for once, but all around good play from Atlas, and Spank is not going to find the shot, but see Jason going to take that right back. Nicely done. It's going to be knocked loose into the 2-point area. So Callan's going to find the pass forward to Duller Ranger. Duller is going to try and back it out, but instead it's going to be Spank Ladash. Another quick pass. Some scrappy play going on.
Yeah, I think both teams are just having a little trouble finding a second to aim these passes. But that's just because of good defense.
Yeah, the opting for the man marking at the moment is ironic. They're going that one-on-one defense, not stacking too much on their side of the floor, and maybe it's going to be a goal. Nice pass. Oh, but just recollected instead by C. Jason. So the idea was there for Atlas, but looked like the receiver left the anchor early, which resulted in that turnover. And also quick hello again to people in the chat for us as this disc gets knocked loose off the attack. Joining us on stream, though. Always happy to see everyone. Andy, been a constant. Zenith. Wit is in the chat. What? That was a little while ago. Just trying to catch up there. And Juan Heda, and then taken there by C. Jason, but back into the hands of Belove. Also got Alacost and Shepard, aka Danimal, and looking down low is going to be Spankladash with the disc. Gonna go under, gonna go over, and that is the 5-2 advantage with 3.5 left in this first round for Atlas.
I did think this was going to be a close game, so I'm glad to see. I mean, sometimes you get surprised. Teams that, you know, with 4v4 being new and people who've never played against each other, you never know what's going to happen. This seemed like it would be a good one.
That's been the main point of intrigue for me, if anything else, seeing all these new combinations develop and how they, you know, how they show up in this first week when we haven't seen them, and now trying to find that shot, bit off. It was straight, but just a bit too strong, so floated down low, and it's gonna go right back into the hands of Egret near that tunnel. Being cut off though, there's a few defenders on him. and in his area. So Duller is going to have to find a quick pass as well off these efficient stacks from Atlas. So even some speed coming in on the stacks, which is one of those other things that last night they struggled with, but so far tonight, much better, much more collected and poised. You like to see it if you're Atlas, but stealing it. See Jason and now getting it back out to Callan. So nope, not one-on-one actually. It's thought he was going to go for the pass, but actually opted for the further one back, and Callan's going to find, or Egret is going to try and find Callan. But getting stunned as well. Oh, off the head again. Perhaps not quite as damaging as the one from earlier, but we've seen that twice now in this game, so it's actually going to be taken by Egret, and, well, we'll see how this one unfolds. A cross deeply into the hands of off the bounces See Jason. See Jason being stunned out by B-Love. Not much love lost on that punch, but certainly a few teeth.
That was a tough approach. They had two guys in the same place, one guy waiting long back, and then looking for a pass that wasn't there yet.
A bit pressured, and, well, see if they're actually going to be pressured right there. There were a few times that Atlas was pressured last night that they maybe had some rushed clears. So far, no complaints on that end. Even though that one was rushed, overall, they've been more collected and composed. But Ironic, again, they came out strong in their first win versus Systematic Failure earlier in the week. That was on Tuesday. And, so momentum is on their side as well. They feel good after that win, and they're feeling good on this shot, but no, Cruz in because he is coming in there again. Another save right where he left off last night. The goalie just trying to toy with that offense, and now B-Love gonna cut that off as well. So, Duller of the recovery, but there, the 3.
All right, 1 minute left, tie game. This is pretty good. Good watching.
It is. See, Atlas on that attempt, so B-Love had the dive, he got the disc, he looked for the clear, and his stack, his two teammates and the goalie, they were looking for that boost already, so they were out of there. But that unfortunately opened up the goal. So again, it was the right idea. The execution was unfortunately off. No thanks to Duller Ranger on the defense. So yeah, tied game, indeed it will be. So Callan is going to have that slapped. Oh, maybe back-to-back plays almost similarly unfolding there. But no, Callan tapping that out. Clutch. Now 23 seconds left in this tied game. One more snag, but on the disc, it's Skyla finding a pass, but unfortunate bounce into the hands of the goalkeeper. So it will float into the mid area. 12 seconds left. Could we be looking at an overtime? We will see. 8 seconds, something needs to happen immediately. A steal, maybe a last second Hail Mary shot, but there is one at goal. So assuming he saves that, which he does.
Callan had just stayed out of it. That could have been over.
Instead, it's an overtime, and that is fine by me. And as well as the Twitch viewers over at home. Boozy coming in. We'll follow it and see who gets it. It's going to be Egret, maybe with a regret because it is going to be stolen. Skyla going down low. And now, backing it out as the stack approaches. Looking for some calculated offense here and waiting for his teammates to rejoin him on the front line smartly off of that defensive stack coming up on his back. B-Love looking for a pass. It is not made, no connection, and maybe taken there now by C. Jason. He's going to go for that game winner, and it'll bounce right in for C. Jason. Bouncing off the top, bouncing off the bottom, and bouncing over Atlas in this overtime win.
Bounces off the rim.
That's about as close as you can get as far as making that shot. It could have gone any which way, but it went into that goal. Heartbreaker for Atlas, and Ironic feeling mighty good about that bounce. Lady Karma maybe on their side. Because that one, Lady Luck that is, wrong lady, excuse me.
Wow, you see who made that? Whose shot was that went in? How?
You're asking me to have medium-term memory here. I believe it was. Yeah.
I'm just relying on the last word that I heard you say back then. I think it was Cal.
It was. I think so. If I'm wrong, chat will gladly, slap me around a bit and like, hey, pay attention, Pally. I was paying attention, just not to the names. I was focused on that bounce, and because that was the game, and now it's gonna be the second round and punching him out. See Jason finding the bubble.
You're watching, David. That was the bug right there. The announcer stopped counting at 5.
Wit with the callouts.
Oh,
Oh, but
they just wanted some video of it. Now they got it.
hey, yeah, there you go. Twitch clip. Why not? Knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. Great matchups and troubleshooting. See, we're efficient here in VRML. So off to B-Love in the one end of the tunnel. On the other end, he has Skyla, but opts for the deeper pass instead to Cruzen. Cruzen's going to have to find that pass, and he will, but it's going to be off. But on the second grab, B-Love, he inverts himself, so grabs it, goes upside down on the ceiling, goes all up around for his teammates, going into town, but now it's going to be brought back around and through the other side of the floor with the stacks on the way and on the recovery. So Cruzen, nice job by Atlas getting back on the attack. It looks like coming out of that, finally B-Love, a little bit of a scrappy pile up. Even more so now, many punches coming on through. Currently, as a reset out, it's Spankladash leading the way on Ironic with the 5 points, and Duller matching the 5 points over on Ironic. Sorry, for Atlas, it's Spankladash leading, I should say, but yeah, and 5 saves from Callan, actually, 4 from C. Jason. So excited by that buzzer beat earlier. Forgot to go through the stats, but indeed some defensive plays coming on through from both these teams, as you can see. As the defense takes place for Ironic here, and it's Cruzen. Again, looking for that clear. He's up to 2 saves early on. And now his boost, their boost coming through. Maybe going to contest that disc. They do find a pass, but nice secondary stack. B-Love, that's something we didn't see before, but now they're starting to find their efficiency. The pass a little bit off, but so the second stack is one of the things that we were kind of on all about last night. And we're seeing that much better, much more efficient manner. And see, they actually attempted it right there, but perhaps that time miscommunication might not matter.
I mean, these close passes, the final passes before the goal, they're always the hardest. They're the ones that you have to be the most ready for. So their passing is actually looking really good right up until those last couple.
Right, and even their stacking. I mean, you can see back and forth, they're recovering the disc. So this is something that last night Orbit was really good with, just finding every miss, every wayward clear. But now Atlas is starting to get there. So even though they lost that first game, that first round, they're looking so much more collective, and you love to see it. Because now look at this pass from B-Love, gonna weave his way in, and indeed, B-Love, the 2 points for Atlas, first ones for the second round. Right now, it's B-Love with 2 points against Spankladash with 5 on Atlas. Very even stun count. There are 3 players over on Atlas with 15 stuns apiece. B-Love, Skyla, and Spank. So that's playing its part in itself. But over in the tunnel, pile up, and it's going to result in one of those hot potato moments where you just don't know who's going to come out with the disc for a few seconds. But now trying to find some spacing. Skyla on the approach. Some defense closing in. Duller's going to be right there alongside B-Love. B-Love's going to tap that over to the shoulder. But cannot get a grab. So more hot potato, just a little bit further up off the floor. In this case, but Cruzen's going to look for Skyla, and again a fast pass. Spank taking that. The defense once again covering. So Ironic now, they're showing some good speed, actually getting back. They're man marking, but they're still like somehow getting back on the defensive end too. So it's best of both worlds there. And now Deller can grab this. This might be an open goal, but no. See, Jason's going to take that one off the backboard. Indeed. Oh Lord, it's C. Jason 88. That was great.
I don't know. I don't know if that was 100% aimed, but I'll give him credit for it. It looked good.
To paraphrase from my buddy Sir Dimwee, who we casted with earlier tonight, or in the day on that European match between Alpha Ducks and Smash Dash, he said it's one of those things where it was intent versus expectation. The intent was for it to go in. The expectation, maybe not. But, you know, he knew the general area, and he got the bounce off of that, so that will actually be the 1-point lead because of it. Still 5-10 left to go in the second round, though. So patient workup on this offense. They're not contested, so see Jason's kind of content to just put it way back there for that back pass, enjoying themselves the narrow 1-point lead, but ultimately forcing the defense out of their comfort zone. So let's see if this buys them the bucket. Instead, the bucket will be dropped, and it's Cruzen trying to collect it, but cannot get the clear. So now, right back, B-Love, gonna take that as well. Looking for his avenues, trying not to, ooh, dangerous one there. Not paying for it, however, luckily. So Skyla wiping
taking some care there not to accidentally put it in the goal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so they went for those occasionally rushed clears towards the latter half of yesterday's game, so it seemed like they want to be more careful with their workups, their passing. But in that case, maybe too aware. But now in there, B-Love going up by 1 based off of it. So it's one of those things, again, maybe the intent was there, the results were up in the air because of that really risky back pass, but it's certainly an adjustment from what we saw the day before.
I'm still trying to figure out what bucket you're talking about.
Well, you've never heard, maybe this is just a basketball thing, but you talk about someone getting scores, it's like, yeah, they're getting buckets. It's the goal.
All right. It's happened on 2 different casts. Both times I'm like, bucket does he mean? No, it must be a basketball thing. I'm not a basketball buff.
Well, I could use other phrases. I mean, not dedicated to just one. In fact, we use a lot of different sports phrases, don't we? Midfield, half court shots. And now they shot, but they grab instead by B-Love. Talk about goalies and goalkeepers. We borrow a lot of things from different sports in Echo Arena, and it all congeals into this mishmash of just VR excellence.
Only true sport.
Yeah, why not? By all accounts, it's my only sport at this point, as far as me playing, anyways. Now, ooh, little bounce, self pass. In fact, perhaps Skyla's gonna work that up. Gonna get punched still. See Jason on that attack, looking for the grab on him. Is Della Ranger clear and boost? No, because the punch from Spank denying that 3-man stack, which buys team. Ooh, never mind, because they're still coming through. They can't collect it.
3 guys on the disc and no one could quite get their hands on it.
Yeah, they bought themselves a lot of time to recollect, but unfortunately, seems like Spank's punches were for naught, because see, Jason got that once they finally recollected for their stack. Yeah, chat and Twitch all over that one. That was quite the happening, I guess I'll call it. No, for the lack of a better term. Delivering the pass, though, that was a nice one. Hooking it up, looking up, does not pick it up, but who will get it is see Jason looking for a clear, looking for a boost. Stellar is there. He's going to have that off the square, but no, off the top of the pole. Still taken back, though, into the dunk, swinging and spinning, trying to find themselves winning here in the second.
That was a really nice try over there from Skyla, trying to get the skyhook, but not many people skyhook like Exhibit does.
Shout out Exhibit, been doing that since month 1 of Echo Arena in 2017 practically. Fars in chat asking if Wit is dying.
By dying.
That's a broad question you're asking there.
I mean, we're all dying, aren't we? But just at different rates.
Well, now I feel bad.
Brought the mood down a little bit.
In any case, into the back line. Okay, taken there. Now it's stunned out, so Cruzen getting stunned. Almost had that. I was about to say bucket, but I was just trying to avoid it. But I said it anyway, so whatever. It's going to float into that wedge. Cruzen, or see Jason actually will be there looking for the quick shot. Going to be rebounded down low by Duller. Duller's going to have the shot off Cruzen's head. It'll go, though.
They call that a Duller laser. I'm very familiar with it.
Duller laser? That's kind of ironic? No, I don't think that is. That's the incorrect.
It was a good try trying to fit their team name in there, though.
You know, got to make my attempts. That was the like the Alanis Morissette ironic type thing I was going for. Is that how you even say her name? I don't actually know, but in any case, it's going to be recollected with 19-18. Clock ticking down. B-Love going to take that. and Cruzen gonna look for his pass, recollected, and into the goal for the 2B Love. May not take the win for his team, but he will bring it within 3. And again, the score differential mattering in these ones as far as rankings go. So that is still a victory in itself. Keeping these games competitive is Atlas Megacorp, staying right there with Ironic.
This feels like it could be the rare match where Team A takes 2 rounds, but Team B comes back in the third.
Yeah, that's fully possible. Honestly, any of these matches could have gone either way. Anyone's hands, and we've seen some of these as the week has progressed. We've seen a more even matchups happening. In fact, the other day, Friday I think it was, we even had one that was, I believe, identical scoring by the end of it, or pretty darn close if nothing else. Yeah, it was Flair versus Rampage. This was on Saturday, so last night actually. That series ended up being taken by Flair, but Rampage was keeping up, and it actually ended 26-26. In terms of the total scores.
Yeah, I hadn't realized that till I saw the matchup screen website, but yeah.
Right.
Dead even actual points.
And now, Death Toller asking, how intense is the announcer's job to do? It's as intense as these matchups are to play basic. No, that's not even true. It's more so, the more intense the matchups are, the more intense I get. But at the end of the day, I'm just having fun. I'm a fan, and that's kind of the beauty of doing this, is because I love Arena. So when we see these amazing games and these huge plays, it's a pretty easy job, voice dependent. As long as my voice is bearing in there, like I'm having a good time. Now, over to Delaware Ranger is going to be pressured by B-Love. Nice pass, weaving it through to see Jason. See Jason going to check behind him. Now he does have a teammate on the other side. That's Egret going in maybe for a pass. No, going to go down low. Now Egret is still there on the recovery. Needs to find another pass, but cannot because Spankladash will punch and will throw into the hands.
Bounce.
Yeah, for Callan. We'll have another shot at it. Some nice cross passing going on here, but Duller is going to be punched now, getting kind of sideswiped by that defender.
Charging up the Duller laser. He didn't have time to get it off.
You stop that. Only room for one punster around here. I kid. Do it to your heart's content with. But on the boost now, it's going to be recovered by C. Jason. C. Jason looking up forward to Duller on that Merc. Should explain real quick, actually, because that's not a common call-out necessarily. The Merc, that one island where Duller received that initial pass, named lovingly after MetaMerc's competitive team back in 2018.
I just featured the Merc on the camera for a minute there. Hopefully I got a chance to see.
Excellent. Yeah, that was the favorite rollout spot for MetaMercs. Hadn't been used a ton until they came around. That was one of their favorite spots to roll out, kind of short, long and short, or short and shorter, if you will. Mercs, of course, consisting of Strembitsky, fair enough, and Speedy.
I was like, wait, what about their fourth guy?
Yeah. And then backing it out, Cruzen's going to cruise on in. Oh, look for a dish. Maybe one extra pass. Too many on that one. It was 3-man converging, but now Skyla, a nice dunk.
Allen almost had him. He got that punch out real fast, but yeah. Dunk is hard to stop.
It is, for sure. If the pass is received in the dunk position, it's just about a guarantee. 95% of the time, I do reckon it's going to go in. Now, if you're on the defense and you have an offender on your goal looking for the dunk, what you want to do usually in that case is have a roamer pressuring the QB, whoever that is, outside the bubble, so they don't have time to actually line up that the dunk pass. Because most often times the dunk is not going to be immediate. You know, the dunk recipient has to kind of work his way around and maneuver around that goalie. So there's usually time to pressure that first pass. And now trying to pressure this shot, but no, it's Spankladash. So Ironic almost getting back, but Spankladash getting that goal off the rebound.
Every time you say Ironic, I go through this whole mental process of like, which thing was ironic? Oh wait, that's the name of a team. Is he trying to talk about the team? I don't know. Not your fault. I just can't. The name lends itself to that kind of confusion.
That's ironic.
I don't know.
Yes? No? I really got to look that up before the end of the night. In any case, it's another bounce attempt. That one not quite as close as the last one, so Atlas will recover 4 points on the board, maybe looking to go up by 6, if not 7, depending on what happens here. Their passing has been good all night long. The back pass reaching his man, Spankla Dash, but Spank is actually going to be stunned out, so that pass now is going to be cut off, but by Spankla Dash. Good awareness.
Put himself right.
And punch by B-Love to open himself up. Maybe another cross. Oh, too strong. That was one of those things where every move up the floor was so good, but it's just that final pass, that final execution that they could not find a solution to as the boost comes on through. Duller Ranger for the 2. Duller finding himself with 7 points. See Jason with a 10, leading the way on Team Ironic. Only their first 2 points, though, about 4.5 minutes through this third round. So rolling out, it's going to be Atlas Megacorp. Cruising with that disc, and he has 3 saves so far in the night. Looking for an assist to Skyla. Skyla right back to Spankla Dash quickly, but saved by Callan.
Maybe that was a try for a dunk, I'm not sure. Almost worked.
Almost. Callan, some good awareness and some good defensive presence as he receives this back pass just as well. There's a stack there. Double stun, so Callan gets a stun on the stack, maybe enabling this attack from Ironic. Is it gonna be a 3? It will not. Rebounded, though, by Ironic. Egret with that disc, subbing for his team, but doing a great job. And in between, Duller Ranger finding the deep shot. Not from 3, but deep from 2, and getting that done from the corner slice. That tougher angle to hit, but he got it. So it's going to be 4.5 minutes left, and it's going to be 4-4 tie between these two teams. It's been close. It's been competitive all night long. This has been an excellent matchup. Despite the 2 wins for Ironic so far, they have not been by gigantic margins at all.
3 points for each.
Barely gets
1
closer
goal.
to that. Yeah, and one in overtime as well. Those are the kind of matchups you love to see. Competitively, cruising. He's looking up, gets stunned.
I thought it might float in there.
Had a little shot at it, but no, Duller's going to swing that one through and to the interception by Skyla. Now his teammates are spreading out, but see Jason finding that read. Wisely cutting off the passing lane, and now getting a short boost, small one, Skyla, with the rest of his teammates joining him right in that bubble. Getting it stolen. Everyone dies on the disc. That might be dangerous, and it looks like it will be. No, it won't be. Commentators curse. So, great hands there. I thought that was an easy open goal once that first steal came off, and Ironic got it, but no. That was great defense to take it back. So now, maybe recollected by Duller. Duller has a barrier pass.
Ooh, that was a risky one.
He's looking for the swing around to the back reset. Looks like he considered that anchor shot, but now taking it, cannot make that, slapping it out. Still taken back by Ironic. Every score, this is a low-scoring match, so everyone is going to count. That was a really nice dive by Cruisin', trying to find a clear to the corner. Gets the boost as well. Great slap. So now B-Love and Spanklash are near each other. There's another boost coming in from Skyla. Skyla lining up the open 3 for Atlas to go up by 3 with 2:45 left in this one.
That's a nice one. They build up some momentum really quickly. I don't know what camera angle this is.
Oh, you're wearing a couple hats. I understand. No one's judging you for it, buddy. But Atlas Megacorp, this is exactly what they needed to do. Is they found that clear, first of all, but they found the second stack. They found their, those second moves. So the one stack got there for the slap clear, and then the other boost coming in from Skyla was what bought them that 3-point shot. So it was a cohesive effort down the floor on defense, and now trying to find one more shot. Skyla weaving and dancing. And now Cruisin' backing it on out. It's going to find eventually B-Love, who is floating on down and going to be lightly contested by Duller. Forward pass, one-on-one, gets it done. Skyla.
Got a laser too.
Going to the sky with that laser. Give me a better setup next time, jeez.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, there are a few players, and Duller is definitely one of them, who can shoot on a goalie and it just works more often than it should.
Yeah, he had over in Pizza League about a month or so, month and a half back, he had a beautiful game winner that was much like that one. He just came from, an angle and slung that one in just at the buzzer. He's one of those up and coming players in Echo Arena who he's got a really bright future. He's a very good player. Great offensive awareness as the offensive awareness from Spankladash comes in through. So really strong. Again, now it's a 12-4 advantage for Atlas with a minute left. And, well, that's actually the biggest lead I think we've seen in any of these rounds. So a strong third round. Going to be big for Atlas here.
Yeah, I think we are about to see a match that goes 2-0 after a team gets the first.
And look, the momentum shift. So lining up a 3. Wow. 15-4, up by 11 now with 41 seconds left. So even though Ironic will get the series win here, Atlas has a lot to feel great about because they just might end up winning. It looks like the score differential, if nothing else. And this is going to look really good on the stat sheet and the seeding for next week and beyond. It's definitely a good comeback they've had here to close the game.
Yeah, this is probably like, we talk about how the actual score can affect the MMR that's traded. I think this is going to be an example of about the minimal trade you can possibly see. Atlas is going to lose this series, but they're going to have more points overall.
Yeah, excellent.
Not going to be very much lost at all for them.
Absolutely. So you got to feel good for Atlas. Whit mentioning it there, exactly that score differential actually going to be in the favor of Atlas, it will look like. So assuming that our math hasn't failed us, which is always liable, it's a really strong showing from Atlas. They already looked really good yesterday, okay? Make no mistake. Orbit may have won the game, but Atlas had a lot of good things going on defensively, and it just seemed like every problem that they had on offense yesterday, one day later, they came back and addressed all of it. It was great. And so leading the way it is Spankladash with 13 points. That's the high for the game, in fact, over on Atlas. He contributed 3 assists as well as 36 stuns. Now, Skyla coming through with 7 points and 3 assists. B-Love with 6 points and 2 assists, 2 saves. And then Cruisin', no points, but an assist and 5 saves. And then 1 steal and 23 stuns. And then over on Ironic's side is C. Jason leading the points with 10, Duller with 9. 5 saves for C. Jason impressively, as well as the 3 steals. And then Egret, no points as a sub, but the assist, a save, and 60 stuns. You like to see it.
Yeah, those stuns, 60 stuns, he's doing some work.
Yeah, and talking about doing work, though, defensively, Callan with 7 saves, no joke. That's just about what, basically matching kind of what Cruisin' did for Atlas last night, and Callan coming through with some strong defense in the goal. So, with that being said, Atlas, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. We find ourselves here at the end of this stream, at the end of preseason week 1. After nearly 30 games, nearly 30 casts, not by myself, of course, but just by our collective. I think I have maybe 23 or something like that, but all of these games, all these new teams, all this participation, all the Twitch interaction, all the Discord interaction, the engagement, the suggestions, the, good and bad, like the criticisms, the constructive criticisms, I should say, always welcome. And then the support, just as welcome. And it's been really awesome thing we've seen this week. I know I've said it a few times. In fact, I probably have said it after every stream, but since this is the last one of the week, I figure I'll just kind of emphasize that now. It's been fantastic. All the love and support is what has kept us going and kept us doing this. And it's only week 1. There's many more great ones to come. And little hitches aside, I think it was kind of a trial by fire for some of us, and we found the things we need to fix. But overall, I would say it was a success, and it was in no small part. In fact, it was mostly in part to the great community over in Echo Arena and Echo VR as a whole. So that being said, Fars, no, I'm not going to take your money.
I mean, look at these weak offers. Yes, offering to pay you $20. That's not even $1 per game. That needs to go up.
Yeah, what kind of sweatshop do you think we're working here, BTS? Appreciate it though, honestly. Support has been fantastic, and we're going to continue to bring you the best of Echo Arena action for many more weeks and beyond, many more months, and hopefully years and beyond. You know, we're in this for the long haul. So I've been Pallador. I still will be Pallador tomorrow. Maybe a little bit pally sore in the throat, but that's all good. Joined by Wit here. Fantastic camera work and commentary. His commentary debut, or semi-debut, I think. You talked a little bit in one of the games before. Nonetheless.
Bit of pizza.
Yeah. So it's been fun. But with that being said, we're ready to sign off finally for the night. And, well, Wit, you've had a big hand in all of this as anyone else, so I'll hand off the sign-off duties to you. I've been Pallador. Goodbye. Wit, take it away.
Okay, so I don't know if the other match that started at the same time is done yet. If you want to catch the last couple of minutes of that, you can check out the VRML stream 2. But if it is over, I guess matches will be assigned tomorrow for week 2. They won't be fully random. People have been asking. The matches will be assigned based on a limited amount of information. MMR hasn't really, but it won't be fully random. The results of week 1 will be taken into account. And that'll be exciting to see. But until then, yes, me, Wit, Pallador, signing.